Thank you so much for joining. All of you play such an amazing role, and we want to highlight you as part as being youthful leaders.
So all of you here have been a part of something monumental. Amma Ji has created AYUDH, and I know Mokshamrita Ji, you're here as well. You're the coordinator of India. So we are so excited to have all of you here today. It's time for the youth leaders to really lead. And then the Power of Women Conference was really about bringing all the leaders, a lot of female voices, of female leaders and leaders from around the world to really share their wisdom, their experiences, their insights with us, so we can really be equipped when we are taking on, the leadership roles as we go through. So please welcome Mokshamrita Ji to the Power of Women Digital Conference. Hello, and namaste, Mokshamrita Ji.
Namaste, Shenali. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here, and we're excited to learn a little bit about AYUDH. And when you hear about AYUDH, I learned about it this year because of C20. And Amma Ji is the chair of C20, like I mentioned earlier, and Physical 20 for G20, and she founded AYUDH. And I think that's really based on Amma's teachings, and she brings that feminine leadership of a mother. Amma means mother in Tamil and in many languages in India. So if you can share with us, what is it really, how is AYUDH really drawing from that leadership, that matriarchy leadership?
I would say that at the root of all of what AYUDH is doing is a sense of Dharma. In fact, AYUDH is an acronym that stands for Awaken Youth, Unite for Dharma. And many a times, this is a Sanskrit term, Dharma. Many a times it gets misinterpreted as religion, but actually it is not. Dharma means duty, to put it simply, our duty as global citizens. And how do we learn to imbibe this sense of Dharma? Well, not by books, not by sermons, but by good role models. And these should be the role models who actually walk the talk. And that is where Amma is such a wonderful example, a beacon of light for all of us, for all the AYUDHians, because she really walks the talk. I'll give a simple example. Amma is known as Hugging Saint, as you know. For the last 40 years, she has been traveling all around the world, embracing people from all religions, ethnicities, cultures. It doesn't matter whether it's a poor or a rich, whether it's a black or a white. There's absolutely no discrimination. The way Amma embraces everyone, it's such a tangible example of inclusivity. The way she listens to everyone, to the suffering, and provides them the practical solution. This is the kind of compassion that she is breathing in and out 24/7, 365 days. So just being in her presence transforms everybody. And I think that is the most important part of AYUDH, that every AYUDHian derives its inspiration from the life and teachings of Amma, because she is such a wonderful role model. And of course, we also make sure that we provide regular mentoring to them to inculcate a moral and ethical sense. And we also try to provide them ground level field exposure, because Amma really, really stresses on that. Because compassion just in words is no compassion. We have to put it into action. So that is where Amma makes a difference. And the most important thing which Amma is trying to somehow put in the hearts of these youth is the compassion. And that compassion with a motherhood, an angle of motherhood. Because Amma firmly believes that motherhood has nothing to do with the gender. The motherhood can be inculcated in male as well as a female. And that power of motherhood is what transforms the society. It is really, really amazing to see what kind of transformation that motherhood can create. And every Ayodhyan, whether it is an Ayodhyan from India or Europe or America or Japan, they relate to Amma as a mother, as a teacher, as a friend, as a buddy, you just go and open your heart to. So that is the kind of openness she brings in, and that is what transforms people. Yeah.
I think that's absolutely incredible. And I want to kind of clarify one thing. When you say Amma embraces people, she literally hugs people from around the world. And I remember meeting her once I was a youth myself. And I remember she hugged. And there were thousands of people. This was in Los Angeles. There were thousands of people who had come to see her, and she was hugging every single one of them that came up to her. And to see that that's the type of leadership, that love, compassion that is being instilled in youth, regardless of gender, is so special and is so needed right now. And that's where my next question actually goes to as well. When we talk about the youth are always constantly bringing such fresh perspectives to the table, and I really want to find out this piece of compassion, and I think that's what Amma brings. That's very special. That feminine leadership, and it doesn't matter what gender you are, bringing that feminine leadership, because we all have masculine and feminine within us, and really bringing that out with the youth is so special. And how are Ayodhyans bringing that to the table in terms of their project, their inspiring initiatives? What are they doing?
In this age, in this modern age, when there is so much of information overload, it's quite common to see that youth lose a sense of what is really valuable in life. And at AYUDH, we try to bring in that value system back in their lives. What do we really value in life? So that they are able to put things in the right perspective. I'll give you a small example. This was a young boy who was once sitting near Amma, and Amma was giving darshan, embracing so many people. And this boy was very sad, and Amma asked him, "What happened to you? Why are you so sad?" He did not open up initially. But then later he opened up and he said, "Amma, there was a girl I was in love with, and she all of a sudden went with someone else, and now my heart is broken." So Amma said, "Don't worry, I'll give you a better girlfriend, a girlfriend who will never leave you." And he was so happy. He was just waiting for Amma to introduce him to his new girlfriend. And Amma kept joking and talking to him for some time. And then he got quite curious and he said, "Okay, Amma, but where is my new girlfriend?" And Amma said, "Well, son, remember one thing. This nature is your best girlfriend. If you love nature, it will love you back and it will never leave you." And then that was the day I've seen that boy getting transformed in such a wonderful way. And he's one of our leaders now on the green initiatives. He has really taken that word of Amma to his heart. And he's so much in love with nature. That is how the value system Amma tries to incorporate in the youth. And we try to bring in the same value system to people, because you being from edutainment, information overload is always dangerous in society. And it's like garbage in, garbage out, right? If you don't provide the right set of inputs, if you don't put things in the right perspective, it always creates more problems. And as far as initiatives are concerned, whatever we do at AYUDH, I think, as I initially also said, the root of all of this is Dharma. What is our value system? What is our Dharma? And when we are at AYUDH, we try our best to do whatever is good for the society without any discrimination of caste, color, or anything. We teach our youth to take that global responsibility as a global citizens, because there's no point, blaming circumstances or blaming God or whatever. We need to take an action. And in fact, it's a mutual learning. We also, as mentors, we also learn a lot from youth. There was a saint who once said, youth are not useless, but rather used less. And if we can help channel their energies in the right direction, it can do wonders. I remember after tsunami, when Amma was making houses for those who had lost their houses, there was this huge group of Ayodhyans from Japan who came and who said that, we are ready to offer our service. We'll stay here for 1 month and we'll help in building the houses for the poor. That was a wonderful thing. And I remember, there were, in 2018, there was a huge flood in one of the states of India called Kerala. And after unabated heavy rains, Amma announced that her organization will donate 10 crores to the Kerala Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. But apart from that, around 400 young AYUDH volunteers and students from Ammas University, they worked in 3 shifts to provide 24/7 support. And within the first 5 days, the team fielded more than 25,000 calls. That was amazing to see that. And we connected more than 1 lakh flood victims across the state. We connected the government officials, we connected the Navy, NDRF, Kerala State Police, and so many people. And this was all youth and the helm of the affairs. Of course, we received a lot of appreciation and all that. But this is just to give you an example how youth can create the change if their value system is set right, if their energies are channelized in the right direction. This was only possible because of that channelizing, that setting the value system right. In fact, even in the Ukraine war, which happened recently, our youth were there to provide support. Our youth are there to also, in various states of India, America, Europe, we do various projects such as providing warm clothes to the poor during the winter season, drinking water in the villages. We conduct youth parliaments. We conduct yoga and meditation retreats. There is a program called Swachh Bharatam, which has now been taken up as a national program throughout India, where we clean up public spaces throughout India. In AYUDH Americas, I remember we have taken one environmental cleanup campaigns, like for example, including cleanup of the Chicago River. In 2023, we started something called AYUDH Give, which is a large-scale food and clothing drive. And I think we raised over $6,000. The youth of AYUDH, they raised over $6,000 in donations, and close to 6,000 items were donated to various charities. Then we have another project called, initiative called AYUDH Care, to help the elders and the children in the nursing homes and the hospitals. We also have something called AYUDH Reuse and Restore, where we do a cleaning up of beaches and highways. We also conduct retreats from time to time. And the most important component of those retreats is yoga and meditation. Because I firmly believe, and this is what I've seen, only a meditative mind can really think straight. So we, as part of the personal empowerment of the youth in AYUDH, meditation is very important. We also provide resources to youth covering various topics, such as community service projects and so on. As part of C20, we have done many campaigns with youth throughout the world, especially in India. I can tell you, we started, I think you had another interview with the C20 team also, and they must have mentioned about the 999 challenge, which was part of Integrated Holistic Health Working Group, where we're doing 9 minutes of meditation along with 9 rounds of Surya Namaskara for 9 days. It was a challenge given to the youth. And it was received so well by the youth. And in fact, youth came to us and said, why don't you teach to our parents also? And if you cannot teach, we will teach. okay, will you allow us? We said, yes, all go ahead. We are all for it. And very recently, about not even a month back, we did a huge 999 challenge program in Delhi, the national capital of India, in the Tyagaraja Stadium, along with the gender equality campaign, where more than 5,000 students participated and lakhs of them participated online. 5,000 were in the stadium. It was a huge, huge program. So we are trying to create that sense of awareness among the youth, among the society, even the topics such as gender equality, which of course is very close to your heart. We did a pledge where everybody, men, women, children, pledged for gender equality. And in addition to that, we also do a lot of youth summits, annual youth summits, where thousands of youth come. In India, we have something called AYUDH Leadership Training Summit. The recent one had about 1,000 participants. I think in Europe, we did this year, it was called Dare to Dream. That was the title. And we included multiple transnational activities and tree planting, homeless food runs, refugee services, and so on. In addition to that, we also do collaborations with the United Nations to create multiple high-level panel experiences with UNESCO and so on. We send our delegates to UNESCO, such as World Youth Kindness Conference. Recently, our people had gone. So these are the kind of initiatives we have. There are many more, but in the interest of time, I'll stop here.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Mokshamrita Ji. And I think it's so crucial that I want to recognize what you just shared. I mean, bringing that female leadership, really showcasing what the youth can do. And I love what you said. Youth are not useless, youth are useless. And just to say how AYUDH is really guiding these youth to be on the right path, even with meditation, where the youth want to teach their parents, because that's such a fundamental, crucial component. I love everything, and thank you so much, Mokshamrita Ji. You shared some incredible information, and thank you so much for sharing this. It has been such an insightful, exciting topic to talk about, especially because that's one of our main audience, the youth of the future. Youth is the light. I love that. I love the coin words you shared. So thank you so much for
Shenali.
And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
പ്രേമസ്വരൂപികളും ആത്മസ്വരൂപികളായിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ മക്കൾക്കും നമസ്കാരം. പല കൈവഴികളായി വഴി മഹാസമുദ്രത്തിൽ ലയിക്കുന്ന നദികളെപ്പോലെ യൂറോപ്പിൻ്റെ പല ഭാഗങ്ങളും എത്തി മക്കൾ ഒരു മനസ്സോടെ ഒന്നിച്ച് കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്നത് കാണുമ്പോൾ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് അതിരറ്റ ആനന്ദം തോന്നുന്നു. മക്കൾ സഹജീവികളോട് കാട്ടുന്ന ഈ സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെയും സേവനത്തിൻ്റെയും ത്യാഗത്തിൻ്റെയും മുൻപിൽ അമ്മ നമസ്കരിക്കുന്നു. ഒരു ലോകം, ഒരു കുടുംബം എന്ന മഹത്തായ സങ്കല്പം പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കി കാട്ടുന്ന മക്കളെ നേരിട്ട് വന്ന് അമ്മയെ കാണാൻ കഴിയാത്തതിൽ വിഷമമുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ അമ്മയുടെ ഹൃദയവും സ്നേഹവും പ്രാർത്ഥനകളും എന്നും എപ്പോഴും മക്കളോടൊപ്പമുണ്ട്. ഇന്നത്തെ ലോകത്തിൽ ഒരു പുഷ്പം മൊട്ടായിരിക്കുമ്പോഴേ അത് പുഴുവെടുത്ത് ഒഴിഞ്ഞു പോകുന്നതാണ് ഇന്ന് യുവാക്കളിൽ കൂടുതലും കാണുന്നത്. സ്വന്തം സ്വാർത്ഥതയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി ലഹരിക്ക് അടിമയായി സ്വയവും നശിച്ച് സമൂഹത്തിനും യാതൊരു ഗുണവുമില്ലാതെ പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നൊരു ലോകമാണ് കാണുന്നത്. ആ ലോകത്തിൽ മക്കളെ പോലുള്ളവരുടെ ഈ മനോഭാവം കാണുമ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് പ്രതീക്ഷയുണ്ട്. നല്ല ചുറുചുറുക്കും സാമർഥ്യവും ഊർജ്ജസ്വലവും ഉള്ള ഈ പ്രായത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രായത്തിലുള്ള സാധാരണ യുവാക്കളെപ്പോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്കും വേറെ പല വിനോദങ്ങളിലും ഏർപ്പെടാമായിരുന്നു. എന്നാൽ ഈ കൂട്ടായ്മയിലൂടെ ഈ ലോകം ഒന്നാണ്, ഒരു കുടുംബമാണ് എന്ന് മക്കൾ അക്ഷരാർത്ഥത്തിൽ എല്ലാവർക്കും കാട്ടിക്കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. മക്കളുടെ ചെറുതും വലുതുമായ എല്ലാ ശ്രമങ്ങളും വിജയിക്കുവാനും സംഘർഷം നിറഞ്ഞ നമ്മുടെ ലോകത്തിൽ അതുവഴി പരിവർത്തനം ഉണ്ടാക്കുവാനും കഴിയട്ടെ എന്ന് അമ്മ പരമാത്മാവിൽ മക്കളെ സമർപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. കൃപ എല്ലാവർക്കും അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ.